gentlemen, welcome once again. I think my volume is really loud. Welcome once again to another edition. No, it's not bad. It's okay. I thought it sounded loud. Hey, welcome once again to another edition of the Slate. This is the Monday Night Slate, where we are going to be talking about wrestling on a Monday night. And when you talk about wrestling on a Monday night, usually what comes to mind is WWE Monday Night Raw. See, it has the Monday night right in the title, kind of like the MrWarrenHayes show, where you come to the MrWarrenHayes show, you expect to see MrWarrenHayes, and that's exactly what happens. That's what we're doing here. We are indeed going to be talking about Raw here tonight. What they have on the program, what they have on the all set up for us wonderful viewers of professional wrestling. Hi, welcome to the pre-stream tonight, everyone. Thank you for being here on youtube.com/MrWarrenHayes, watching this live right now. If you are watching live right now, you know what's cool? Here's something that's cool. Giving a thumbs up to this video. That stuff is so super cool. It will make you part of the cool kids. You will officially be able to sit at the cool kids table. Now, the thing is, where is the cool kids table? That it will be entirely up to you to find. I can only get you into the circle of acceptance, but but you're gonna have to figure out where all the cool kids are sitting. I don't have that info. Do you think I'm a cool kid? Of course not. What are you talking about? So there you go. Thank you very much. Before we go one more step forward extra into breaking down Monday Night Raw, sincere congratulations to Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins for the birth of their first child, Rue. That's right, Rue. That's his name. But I know it may sound weird to a lot of people, but to me it's not. It's a name that, as many of you know at this point, I live in French Canada, right? So roux is a very French word meaning like reddish colored, reddish brown. It's also the base for sauces like a bechamel or stuff like that. You know, where it's basically flour and butter. Essentially. So yeah, but it's a lovely name regardless of what it exactly means, and I wish the most honorable of welcomes to Rue and to the world, and sincere congratulations to the parents. Glad to know everyone's doing well and everyone is healthy. That is fantastic news and good for them. Really, really good for them. Oh, hello there, Cody Fosterling. Welcome to the chat. So yeah, this is where we are tonight. WWE started planning Raw a little on the early side this time around. They were actually making matches for Raw last week when they were still putting SmackDown together. So we've got time to get hype. What are we hyped for though this week? Well, we're hyped for Drew McIntyre and Sheamus in a handicap match against Miz, Morrison, and AJ Styles. Of course, AJ Styles being Drew McIntyre's opponent at TLC. This has already been confirmed. This is the thing here. We've got them, Mr. Money in the Bank, who's in there as well, in the Miz, and you have the champ Drew and Sheamus, right? Who to me is still that unknown quantity. Right? Or quality? Quantity? Is it should it be a quantity or a quality at this point? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. But he's this unknown force. Let's put it like that. This unknown force within this development with Drew McIntyre moving forward, right? You know, we don't exactly know where Evan is going to, but not Evan. I just saw Evan pop into the chat. Yeah. He left a super chat, and I was like, "What?" Evan has nothing to do with Raw. You know what? Our boy Evan has, as little to do as he can with Raw, right? That's his thing. No, yeah. Sheamus is a part of this Drew story that they're building, right? The friendship that exists between the both of them. So, as most wrestling friendships is ultimately doomed to fail. So we'll see how this is going to go at this point. I don't know. I have no idea where they're going with it. As if they're taking their time with it, I think it's good, because I think that the Sheamus and Drew stuff has the potential to be very good. I think it's been quite good so far. I think the interactions, the angle that they've been slowly burning here, I think it's been pretty good. So I'm excited to see where it goes. But you have all these these elements put into place. Mr. Money in the Bank and the TLC, the TLC challenger. We saw a little bit last week where AJ Styles was like, AJ Styles trying to get The Miz to cash in because he feels that he can beat The Miz, right? That's his whole shtick at this point. Not gonna lie, I like this. Because honestly, if I were a challenger for the title, I would definitely prefer to have a match against The Miz than Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre would kick my ass. Whereas The Miz, I actually would, I kind of feel that Drew McIntyre I feel like I'd have a chance against The Miz. So I like this interaction here. So I know that this is WWE, retreading the same match over and over again until we get to the pay-per-view, and having people actually in the pay-per-view fighting each other, because you can't make the match all that special. So, I know it's part of their formula, but there's enough at this stage. I find that there's enough potential monkey wrenches in this match that could lead to some really interesting stories. So I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm excited to see where this is going to go storyline wise. And I still hope that they continue to do a nice slow build with Sheamus and Drew, so that eventually we do get a Sheamus versus Drew match for the title that will be meaningful. Will it be a main event or at least a WrestleMania caliber match? Probably not. But I like what Sheamus has been doing recently, as opposed to anything else he did in 2020. Like anything else. I like his new look with the suspenders, looking like he's a member of the Peaky Blinders. I dig that. But as it stands, we're always, or at least I am, somewhat apprehensive when it comes to WWE creative, and with good reason. They've given us more than enough reason to be apprehensive in the past, so and in the present as well. Evan Wright left us a super chat. Thank you very much, Evan. He says, Riker on main event with Elias this week. Are you shitting me? Are you Jackson Riker? Hang on a second. Versus Elias. I have to, not that I don't trust you, I just have to see this with my own eyes. In the Discord, he says. Let's go pop into the Discord. By the way, you should join the Mr. Warren Hayes Show Discord. Links in the description. It's a good place. It's a good place to join us. Right? It's a good place to come watch Raw and AEW and SmackDown and just about everything else. Come and jump us in here. Come and join us. Come and jump in. You see, you get these kind of scoopsies in there as well. Evan contributes a lot. Hello, DGMC and Mr. Fantastic. Good to see you. What is this Twitter account? Is this a joke? This has got to be a joke. Oh, okay. So this is a guy, he's in the Thunderdome. And Jackson Riker is his heat? Hang on, let me see if I can pull this up on screen here. Give me a quick second here. This is the most wildest image I have seen in a long time. Give me a quick second here. Aaron Entertainment, how you doing? Good to see you. Let me just pull this up here. Give me a quick second. I. What is this? Oh, I don't have a Chrome source set up. Is this it? Yeah. Check this out, guys. Look at that. Look, would you look at this shit? Would you look at this shit? It looks like it's his heat. He's acting like his heat. Right? I'm not, you guys are seeing the same thing I am right now. Right? Tell me you are. It's looking like he's being Elias's muscle. Like Elias is tired of people interrupting him and... Oh my God. The fuck are they putting Jackson Riker back on TV for? Well, you know, here's the thing, right? Jackson Riker is just he's just, you know, he's a racist prick, essentially. And then on the other end, they're keeping guys who DM, you know, underage girls or barely legal girls. So I'm not, and this is actually one of their angles as well. So why am I surprised? I don't know. It seems to me like every time WWE still surprises me. I'm stunned. I am absolutely floored at this. Oh my God. And I mean, and look, let's have a proper look here. And I know it's a still frame, right? Between, so, you know, I know it's not actually a picture, but get a load of this mug. Get a load of that. Now, is that not a face that says, I was okay, you guys paid me, not doing anything? Jesus. But I swear, how long have I been a wrestling fan? A couple of decades. How long have I been doing podcasting stuff? 2.5 years. And regardless, I'm still stunned. I still get surprised. WWE still manages to shock and amaze me. I don't get it. Mr. Fantastic makes a good point in the chat. That being said, they got rid of Mike Kanellis, the Good Brothers, Heath Slater, legit good workers and decent people, as far as we know. And they kept this guy in Velveteen Dream. Like, I know I'm going on. I know we're not talking about Raw right now, but this supersedes everything right now. Like, this guy right here, this is not money, okay? This is not the face of a guy that is going to draw anything. Okay? I think we're all in agreement of this. So if I can turn around and I can at least turn around and say, well, you know what? At least, even though I think it's a bad decision, at least I can understand WWE wanting to protect Velveteen Dream, because Dream has something, right? This guy, Gunner, from Impact Professional Wrestling, TNA Professional Wrestling. This is what he has to offer. This is what he has to give us. Oh. What it's a crock of shit is what it is. And now Manny Santos, our inside guy with WWE. How you doing, man? Manny, good to see you. Welcome to the chat. He says Keith Lee's on main event too. What the fuck is going on? I don't understand. Imagine that. Here's the company that has Ricochet and Keith Lee signed to their company, and they don't know what to do with either of them. Creative's got nothing for you, pal. Fuck this garbage. My God. Injection 2K. Welcome to the chat. Oh, look at this. Kristen Ashley and Tim Trevor here. Good to see you, Tim. And Kristen in the chat says that she's come to yell at me for buying her dinner and then hopping on here so I can't. She says, I've come to yell at my lovely fiance for buying me dinner and then hopping off here so I can't yell at him. LOL. Oh, thank you, darling. I bought Kristen. I'm not going to spoil anything, Kristen, I promise. But I did buy her dinner because there is room for celebration. Kristen is going to conduct a very big interview very soon, and with a wrestler that she absolutely adores, and she's looking forward to speaking to her. It's a big deal. I'm very proud of her for landing it, and got to keep it under wraps for now, but it's going to happen very, very soon. No, it's not Goldberg. Motherfuckers, no, it's not. I wouldn't be sitting here saying good for her if she was interviewing Goldberg. I would be saying, who hurt you? Who put you in this situation that you have to interview Goldberg? My God. Jason PS3, hello, welcome to the. I'm not answering. Y'all can speculate all you want, but I'm not jinxing this for her. Evan Wright left us a super chat. Thank you very much, Evan, and thank you very much for the compliment. It says huge fan of the Trish Adora interview too. By the way, thank you very much. I spoke to Trish Adora. We're talking about just about anything except Raw right now. This is fine because I much prefer to talk about Trish Adora than Raw. Had the absolute privilege to talk to her yesterday. Interviewed her yesterday. Got the interview up earlier, just a couple of hours ago, earlier today, up on youtube.com/MrWarrenHayes. Trish Adora, Pan-African World Diaspora Champion. She, up and coming star, like a rising star with a rocket on the indie circuit. She's absolutely fantastic and a wonderful human being. She's going to be competing at the Synergy Wrestling's first ever Women's Garden State Invitational this weekend, September 12th. And my goodness, what a wonderful, wonderful human being. Do take the time to check out the interview. She's got such a past, and she is such an inspiration. I have nothing but good things to say about her. Plus, she can go. On top of it all, she's a hell of a wrestler, as opposed to this guy. Let's just keep it. Let's just keep this here to remind us ultimately that, how can things get worse? I shouldn't have said that. I just jinxed the rest of the year. There we go. And Kristen does add that the interview that she's going to do is going to change bell to bells. It's a big one. It's a big one for a bunch of reasons. I hope you guys are around for that. Super exciting stuff. I don't want to hear talk about Eva Marie on a night where we have to deal with Gunner being teamed with a lot. Do you guys not understand this? We don't need to be talking about Eva Marie. What? How much do you think my middle-aged heart can take here before I actually do have a stroke live on air? That being said, if I ever had a stroke live on the stream, imagine the views. Maybe I'll get verified on Twitter. It's the wrestling guy who had a stroke live on air. I don't know. Oh, I love. Oh my God. Let's talk about Raw. I suddenly feel like the rest of the show, the rest of Raw tonight, isn't even as bad. Let's see. What else do we have? Oh, we have Randy Orton, who's invited himself into the Firefly Funhouse. I like how the Firefly Funhouse now is just like it's like an Arby's. It's just like, you just go in. And, it's like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, welcome. You want a roast beef? Yeah, I want a roast beef sandwich. Sure. Or whatever it is. I had Arby's once. Go Indy now! Good to see you, man. Welcome to the chat. I remember last time I was in the United States, I had Arby's for the first time. There's no Arby's in where I live in Canada. We have a local Arby's-ish type restaurant here that's local, so most people will support that as opposed to a larger chain. And I can't remember what I had, but it was pretty good. Maybe Kristen can remind me. What did we have, darling, that night? I don't remember. But I told her, I want Arby's. One of the cool things, see, that's the thing, is that there's really not as many fast food outlets here as there are in the US, and I'm like, I want to try this stuff. I want to see it. I want to experiment it. I miss Wendy's. There used to be a Wendy's between my hometown, Quebec City, and Montreal. And every time that I'd go to Montreal, the Wendy's would literally be at a halfway point. And I'd always get the two same things. I'd get the chili, which was pretty good, and a Frosty. Those are the two things I get every single time, because the Frosties, my God, they were fantastic. But now the Wendy's is gone. I think the only surviving Wendy's in the province is physically in Montreal now. So I kind of miss Wendy's. I'm not going to go to Montreal to go to Wendy's. You go to Montreal. Montreal has so many great restaurants. You don't go to Wendy's when you go to Montreal, kind of thing. Monday Night Raw. Randy Orton has invited himself into the Firefly Funhouse. Now, the voices, this is what the Raw preview is telling us. The voices in Randy Orton's head are telling him to step inside the Firefly Funhouse. The Viper plans to do just that this Monday on Raw as his psychological war with Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss gets taken to a whole new level. What will happen when Orton invites himself into the Firefly Funhouse for the clash against the Fiend? A TLC on the horizon. Well, we all know what that means. Yeah, Frank, look, I'm not going to lie with you guys. I'm legitimately not going to lie. Are you ready for this? If Randy Orton and The Fiend have a match at TLC, it has to be a House of Horrors match too. I think you have to revisit one of the low points and try to make it into something not as depressing. I don't see how a simple tables match will settle anything here. We have to go back to projections in the middle of the ring. Maggots and decomposing possums or whatever it was. I don't remember. That's what we have to go back for. I want that. I want not a fun. Well, maybe okay. Injection 2K pulls up a good point. Firefly Funhouse match, man. Not a bad idea considering it's Randy Orton, right? That's not a bad idea. Come to think of it. Because Randy has the history and he has the dark periods, if they want to make allusions to handshaking and shit, there'd be a lot of inside stuff that they could pull out there. That's actually not a bad idea. I could get behind that. Robert Sterling, good to see you. So look, this is where we're at. I don't know. I mean, I always thought the Firefly Funhouse was more like a brain thing, it was more like spiritual. You end up there and something, if you can just open the door and walk in, it's becoming kind of lame. But then Kristen answered our question, the question that I had in regards to the Arby's that I had when I was in the US. She says pretty sure I had a beef and cheddar or a roast beef. I had a roast beef. We did it twice, and I had the roast beef on the second time, but the first time was not a roast beef. And it was a beef and cheddar. It was pretty good. I thought it was a decent sandwich. It was a decent sandwich. Evan Wright left us a super chat. Thank you very much, Evan. He says, can we talk about BTE instead? That show rules. Everything outside of whatever it is they're doing with Diamante and all that, the Ortiz, all that shit stinks. I don't like it. I think it's boring. BTE is a fun time. BTE is a fun time. I honestly, the BTE, the BTE belt stuff, I'm enjoying it probably more than I should. I think it's fun. Watching Eddie Kingston come on over and pop at guys who are playing a game of Uno, I think that's great. Last on the show, we have United States champion Bobby Lashley going one-on-one with Jefferson Hardysworth. It's a non-title match, so chat, let me know right now. It's a non-title match. Who does that mean is going to win between Bobby Lashley and Jeff Hardy? Non-title match on a Raw. There's only one good answer here. If you've been watching Raw at all, TGMC says not us. And that's right. But if you've been following Raw for any amount of time, when a champion faces a challenger in a non-title match, it is always it's one outcome. It's always the one outcome. It is Bobby Lashley. Of course, Lashley. And it's Jeff Hardy. Excuse me. It's Jeff Hardy that's going to win. That's just how it goes. Now, because in WWE logic, you guys were confusing me. See, this is always how it happens. Champion is in there, non-title match, the challenger rolls him up, and that's how you secure a championship fight. That's how next time, that's how he gets his championship fights. It doesn't make sense. How is it? To a certain degree, it doesn't make sense. Because if we go over to New Japan again, like if you're in a tournament and you pin a champion during the tournament, that gives you a shot. That gives you the opportunity to challenge for the title. You know, Toru Yano, I think, has 73 title IWGP heavyweight title shots lined up. He hasn't used one yet. Just you wait until he does. It's going to be a tsunami of Yano. That sounds like a dream I once had, actually. But in this case, they're outright making the match, and you'll hear it on commentary. They're going to say, "Can you imagine if Jeff Hardy were to pin the champion tonight? That means he'll get a shot." How does that logic even work? Like, I know the ratings thing on AEW is it's not perfect. It's not a perfect science. You know, you go for ratings and then all of a sudden Eddie Kingston gets signed and he gets put into a main event match. While there's other guys, like, I know that the science isn't perfect, but at least there's something there that you can sort of look down, you know, and be like, oh, okay, I understand this, and this, and that. This doesn't make sense. It never made sense. Like, if they were in a tag team match, let's say they're in a 6-man tag team match and Jeff pins Bobby Lashley in that match, then you're like, oh shit. Then it's like, okay, I get it here. Now they're having a singles match, and if he pins the champion in the non-title match, then I don't know, man. That's Raw tonight. That's what we got so far. I swear, I mean, I don't. Frankly, after seeing the, thank you, Evan, for the super chat. I was just gonna pull up the graphic, but I just wanted your super chat to be seen first. Shinker versus Jeff Cobb, though. Grab the hose, please. Is that happening at Wrestle Kingdom? I'm a little behind today on wrestling news. Is that what? Because if it's happening, that's fantastic. And because yes, Shingo and Jeff Cobb, Jesus Christ, anytime. Look, if Eva Marie joins up tonight, shows up on Raw tonight, I don't think I can take it. Not after seeing this. I can't take it. I won't. I think I might. I just think I might die. I think I might die. My will is up to date. I'm ready. I think I might die. I won't die. It's exaggeration, folks. Hey, if you enjoyed the pre-show and you want to continue enjoying Raw tonight with a fun group of people, head on over to the MrWarrenHayes Discord. Link is in the description. Join us. Come on in. It's a good time. We watch it together, and we try to call it as we see it. We're not perfect, but we're nice people, and that's what matters ultimately. Remember to come back Wednesday for the AEW NXT slate. That's always a good time. And of course, Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern for the Mr. Warren Hayes Show proper. Thank you everyone for joining me this evening. See you next time.